Game Game 68 of the Warriors season ends with a 5-2 win over the Swift Current Broncos. James Gallo, Derek Kletzel in the Golden West Trailer and Equipment broadcast booth. Heading downstairs inside the coach's office. Usually it's one of the assistants. Tonight it's a pleasure to be joined by the boss, and that, of course, is head coach Mark O'Leary. Mark, we appreciate the time joining us in the post-game show. You and I spoke back in the pre-game show. I asked you tonight about putting a smile on the faces of the fans. Do you feel as though your team came out with a purpose here tonight for the fans and for themselves?
Yeah, I think so. We certainly weren't happy with the way that we started last game, but I thought our start was much better, and overall we just had more guys in the fight. It got a little bit closer than it needed to there at the end, but for the most part, I just thought we played a solid hockey game, and we executed better than we did last night, and hopefully gave the fans one last hurrah.
You score 40 seconds into the hockey game. How nice was it for that trio of Thorpe, McKenzie, and Lakovich to set a tone early on?
Yeah, I think anytime you can have something positive happen early on, it gives you a little bit of juice to your legs, and it certainly did that. Those guys made plays all night. They probably should have had more, especially in the first period. But at the end of the day, it gave a little bit of life to the bench, and the crowd was big and into it tonight. So certainly some offense helps.
Connor Schmidt was a buzzsaw out on the ice all night long. Not only does he score two goals, but he always has that physical presence for you guys on the back end as well.
Yeah, we talk about races and battles and effort and compete, and that's where he starts each and every day. Whether it's practice or in games, you know what you're going to get from Connor Schmidt. And, to get 10 goals as a defenseman, as a 17-year-old D-man, that doesn't happen by accident. He's got the skill set. He can shoot the puck. He can make plays. But again, it's his effort and compete that it starts with.
You're talking about effort and compete, and this guy wasn't in your lineup for very long this year, but he definitely has left his mark. How about a comment on your 20-year-old Macias?
Yeah, the thing that gets lost sometimes is, that's a tough situation for him to come into. He's on a team that he grew up with, and they're trying to win the division, and coming to a team that's at a different place in their development and not going to play in the playoffs. That's a hard thing to do as a 20-year-old in your last year, but he's a consummate professional. He comes to the rink each and every day with a smile on his face, and looking for a way to get better as a player. So I thought he had a great game tonight. It was a nice way for him to finish the game with his family in the stands.
One last question from me, or I guess a comment, Coach. I'm sure the record wasn't what you were expecting coming into this year, and that's for a number of different reasons, the way things started and injuries and everything that happens during a year. But in a final game like this, how encouraging is it to you and the players to see this crowd that came out tonight and were really into it and falling in love with you guys once again?
Yeah, it's huge. At the end of the day, the record is what it is, and that's why I'm not real huge on goal setting, because so many circumstances can get in the way. It's more about setting a standard of what you expect from yourself and your teammates each and every day, and what we come to expect from the fans of Moose Jaw is exactly that. They were there for us when times were really good last year on that ride, but times are tough right now. We know what we're trying to build again, but you have to start at the bottom, and the fans are right there with us. I think that's what made it so special last year, is where we started from, and the fans were a part of that run, and for them to be with us right now when we're trying to start another one, it's exciting, and it's something that is not that common.
Mark, I just have two more questions for you. You maybe touched on one a little bit. I'll ask you that in a second. First off, I know you guys will do exit meetings pretty soon with the players. I know every individual player has his own specific message, but generally speaking, what do you feel should be the message from you to your players as they head into the offseason?
We have to take advantage of the extra time. There's no excuse for not having the time. It's all on your own shoulders to see what you want to get out of this summer. And the only thing that's going to change when training camp rolls around is you're going to be 4 months older. That doesn't entitle you to anything. both individually and as a team. We expect us to take a step next year, but that doesn't happen if we don't take advantage of this time that we have.
Well, when Derek and I are 4 months older, we should be congratulated because it's tougher for us to get 4 months older. Mark, lastly, you did touch on it briefly on Derek's comment. I'd like you to dive in a little bit more. A message to these fans as you guys head into the off season, as you work towards the next 4.5 months. Training camp starts at the end of August.
Well, I think the most important thing is thank you. You talk about a community-owned team and how special that is. It's special when things are going great, but it really shows what they're all about when things aren't going great and they're still here supporting, and not just at the games, but around the community as well. Whether it's the players out, at different restaurants and community events, the support that they feel, or, the coaching staff, even going somewhere as simple as the grocery store and having the conversations that we have. It means a lot for them to continue to show their support, win or lose.
Mark, on and off the ice, Derek and I appreciate our conversations with you and your coaching staff. Thank you for being honest, being open with us every time that you have. Sometimes when Mark and I would sit down for those pregame coaches interviews, I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but we always found a way. Mark, I appreciate it. Thank you again for another great season from us.
Yeah, thanks a lot from the coaches as well. When in doubt, James, just ask about races and battles. We could talk about that.
I need a hat.
Mad Greek Coaches Show with head coach Mark O'Leary. Appreciate the time, Mark. I know we'll talk coming up in a couple of days.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
James Gallo, Derek Kletzel in the Golden West Trailer and Equipment broadcast booth back downstairs for the man of the hour, and that is 20-year-old Moose Jaw Warrior forward Krzysztof Macias. Krzysztof, for you, I guess, what was tonight like dealing with the emotions, knowing that this is your final Western Hockey League game?
Yeah, hi guys. First of all, well, it was special, certainly. First period, I was kind of trying to not let it sink in, but the closest it was getting to this final whistle, the more I felt it, and I was trying to not get too emotional, even though I'm a little emotional guy, and I was trying to just do my job for the last time in Moose Jaw. So I was trying to enjoy every second of it, and obviously my teammates made it very easy for me to enjoy it. So I'm thankful for them.
Was that the most emotional empty net goal that you scored in the third period?
Probably, yes. I'm not a big empty net goal scorer, so I thought of you, and it was the most for sure.
This is my first opportunity speaking to you, and just wanted to say on behalf of everybody in Moose Jaw, thank you very much for your time here in Moose Jaw. It wasn't a long time, not long enough by my standards. I would love to have you be able to come back, but thank you for everything you did in that short time.
Thank you. Of course, I appreciate everything Moose Jaw has done for me too. Every person, every support. Teammates were great. Coaches were great. You guys were great also. So I couldn't be happier than anywhere else. And I think it was a great way to finish my junior career with you guys. So I really appreciate. I really appreciate it.
Krzysztof Macias, tonight's first star. Krzysztof, congratulations on a tremendous Western Hockey League career with the Warriors and with the Prince Albert Raiders. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I know I will talk to you later. And you know what? For the first time ever, Derek and I will be cheering for Poland at the World Championships if you make that roster. So good luck if that is in fact the case.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And of course, I will stay a Moose Jaw fan forever too. So I'll be cheering on you guys.
Krzysztof Macias. Thanks a lot, Krzysztof.
Thank you.